a quick jog around the park for like 20 minutes. I think that has like really helped me. Is exercise been like a part of your life being in isolation?
Absolutely. Like, so for the first week and a bit when like my work was so like full on, I wasn't really prioritizing like exercise. And normally I'd go to the gym like 3 times a week or like go out for like long walks on the weekend. And I was just feeling awful. And I was probably an actual nightmare to be around. Like, boyfriend is an angel for dealing with me. And like my anxiety was awful. Like I suffer from generalized anxiety disorder anyway. And
What's that, sorry?
it's kind of anxiety about anything. And it's not like mine's not like allergy related, it's kind of literally anything, and like specific things will like set it off, and I can get like really, really stressed out and worked up. And I've had like CBT for it. So I've and actually someone tweeted something like, "Oh, my anxiety has like never better prepared me for anything." And I'm like, oh, just let me just get my like CBT worksheets out. Like I'll work through those. Oh, that's good to just have up to like look at.
What's like a worksheet? Is that to like reduce like the anxiety?
So it's very like it's a specific treatment for it. So it's called cognitive behavioral therapy. And so some of the things that I would do, so I'm a lot better from doing it. So you do like a worry diary, and one of my things that I really struggle with is being like overwhelmed. And I think that's hit a lot of people actually during this time, because this is like you don't know when this is going to end. So it's very much like my like strategy that I used to cope quite a lot is like take something a day at a time. Or if something is like overwhelming, be like, right, okay, plan to the weekend, then face that next week. And I think that's what I've had to like say that to my boyfriend, like, oh, it's fine, we'll just take it a day at a time. Like, let's just see what happens at the end of this week, then we'll tackle what comes after that. And I think actually like all of these like processes that are put in place for people that have GAD are really good for the wider like population to take on while they're in
I was
lockdown.
gonna say I've never heard about that, so it'd be really interesting to like if you've got any like useful resources. I could definitely put a link to it for people to like check out, because I think it's definitely affected me. And I rang like my mum the other day, and I was like, really stressed. Like obviously being away from obviously my house in Clapham as well, and then I'm just like just overthink everything. I mean, mum's like exactly the same thing what you said. Just like take every day at a time, and then just like see how you get on, and then you know what I mean. If you and I'm happy. Like I was saying to my friend the other day, like I'm really happy here. I feel like relaxed and chilled out. So that's the main thing. If you're happy like somewhere, then why are you getting yourself worked up about it? And I think it's so true. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you got any like links which I could put in the article, because I imagine like it's affecting a lot of people at the minute.
Sure, there's a lot out there. Like there's it's also like taking a step back and looking at stuff, um like if somebody came to you with it as a problem, like what would your advice be? And it's been, and when you do that to yourself, you're like, oh my god, this was literally like stressing me out so much. Like, and now I'm looking at it, like it's so much simpler. I'm trying to think of an example. So I was like, I'd had like a really bad day, and I put coriander on. No, I put what did I do? No, I had like a really rough day, and like I was feeling really overwhelmed, and like all these it's the little things that build up, and then you suddenly like have a bit of like a meltdown. And I put coriander on a pasta instead of parsley. Like it's so stupid now. And it's being aware of how you're feeling. Like if 4 hours before I'd just gone, right, I'm worrying about this. I write for a living, so I write a lot of things down. So I'll be like, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm worrying about. And that really helps me like just see it on the page.
Yeah,
And go like, I am worrying about this.
yeah.
This doesn't matter right now. This is out of my control. And I think it's just breaking it down. There's something called the worry tree, um, which is like used in like CBT. So it's like you acknowledge the worry, then you're like, is this something you can deal with right now? No, okay, I'll save that for later. Like, and then it's then, okay, this is out of my control. Do I need to worry about it? No. If it's something like I'm worried about paying my bills, but I'm too scared to look at my bank account, then okay, this is something that you need to deal with, but maybe take a moment where nothing's stressing you out, just sit calmly with a cup of tea and approach it in a more kind of gentle manner than being like, oh, I need to look at it, oh no, I'm stressing out. And I think it's very much your home at the moment is like your universe, and I think it's making sure that you've got places within your universe at the moment where you can relax and chill out. So I've got a study, and I make sure I don't really come in here once my shift's done. I'm like, right, that's it, I finished work now, I'm not coming in here. So I don't work. So when I've worked from home before, I'd sit on my sofa with my laptop, but I make sure I'm very much separating work from home life. And I think if people are still working from home, then you need to have that separation.
Have that balance, don't you? Being like able to like obviously work, then having your space where you like relax. I've really struggled with I really struggle to relax. I feel like if I'm not doing something, I'm not being productive, and like if I'm not like creating content for the blog, or I'm not working on like myself and like making projects up for myself, then I feel like I'm really being like really like unproductive. And my friend was just like, I mean, parents as well, just being like, you've got like 2 months to do all these things which you want to achieve, so why are you putting stress on yourself like now to achieve it? Like you've got like 2 months to do all these little things and get the time to do it. But I feel like if I'm not doing something every day, I feel like I'm being really unproductive. And
you also don't have to do stuff. You don't have to learn a foreign language. You don't have to get a 6-pack, like, because it's just putting pressure on yourself when it's actually like a really stressful situation. It's a weird time. Like there's no point putting extra pressure on yourself at all. Like exercise is so important, and it really helps me. So I go for a run like early in the morning. I'll still kind of do like a HIIT or something like that. I didn't get in time to order any dumbbells at all. They're all like 45 quid, and I'm not paying that much for a dumbbell. I should have ordered it for like 20 quid on the first day, but I didn't.
way too much.
So I'm like squatting books. But like, do you know, you don't have to do that. Like you don't at all.